world of frozen foods, nothing happens as fast or as precisely as the making of a frozen pizza. In less than 6 minutes, raw dough is flattened, cut, baked, topped, flash frozen, sealed, and shipped at speeds the human eye can barely register. Here, dough is punched into perfectly round crusts in under half a second. Tomato sauce is sprayed in flawless spirals by spinning nozzles calibrated to a millimeter. Pepperoni slices fall with machine-perfect accuracy, 7 slices in a tenth of a second, while cheese rains down like a controlled snowfall. Giant ovens blast pizzas with waves of heat hotter than volcanic air, and sub-zero tunnels freeze them solid in minutes. This is mass production at its most extreme, and today you're going inside the mega factory that creates frozen pizza in seconds. This facility isn't just a factory,
The topping distribution
it's a
is slightly
self-contained
uneven on the
city
last
of
batch.
pizza. Stretching over
I'm optimizing
400,000
the
square
alignment parameters
feet, it houses towering silos of flour, industrial mixers the size of cars, topping robots, conveyor ovens longer than city buses, and a freezing tunnel that feels more like the inside of a glacier. Above the production floor sits a glass-walled command center where engineers monitor every variable in real time. Dough elasticity, yeast activity, sauce viscosity, oven humidity, topping distribution, and conveyor speed. The entire system runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, producing more than 100 million frozen pizzas every year. Every minute counts, every second matters. The journey begins with wheat grown across America's agricultural heartland. From Kansas to North Dakota, these fields produce high-protein wheat, perfect for forming the strong gluten network required in pizza dough. After harvest, grains are milled into fine flour and trucked to the factory, where they're pumped into 25-meter-tall silos capable of holding 150 tons each. Before any batch is used, samples are tested in the on-site lab for protein content, moisture level, gluten strength, ash content, and enzyme activity using the falling number test. Even slight variations can alter crust texture, so the factory uses AI-controlled hydration systems that adjust water levels automatically based on ambient humidity. The goal is absolute consistency. Inside the mixing room, towering spiral mixers churn together flour, water, yeast, salt, and sugar with enormous power. Each batch weighs nearly 1,500 pounds. As the dough spins, gluten strands form, stretch, and bind, transforming the mixture from soft powder into an elastic, unified mass. Sensors track dough temperature, aiming for the ideal 26 to 28 degrees Celsius. Too hot, and the yeast activates too early. Too cold, and the dough won't rise properly. Once mixed, the dough rests in giant troughs for 15 to 20 minutes, a crucial stage where gluten relaxes, improving flexibility. Only after passing texture and elasticity checks does the dough move onward. sheeting area, the dough meets a machine that transforms solid mass into a smooth, continuous ribbon. A series of massive rollers compresses the dough thinner and thinner until it flows like a soft blanket across the conveyor. Ultra-high-speed cameras check thickness down to 0.2 millimeters. Next, rotary die cutters stamp out perfect pizza crusts, 7-inch, 10-inch, or 12-inch circles, each identical in shape and weight. Docking wheels pierce hundreds of tiny holes into each crust, preventing air pockets from forming during baking. At this speed, the system can produce over 500 crusts per minute, each one ready for the next stage, the first bake. Crusts now enter a massive 30-meter-long impingement oven, where jets of hot air travel up to 40 miles per hour. Flames heat the metal beneath the crust, while convection air crisps the top. This pre-bake step lasts just 45 to 90 seconds, but it locks in the dough structure and creates a moisture barrier that prevents sauce from soaking through later. Optical colorimeters scan the surface, ensuring every crust reaches a precise shade of golden beige. If a crust appears too pale or too dark, the system adjusts the oven heat instantly. The result? A firm but flexible base perfectly prepared for toppings. Next comes the tomato sauce, delivered from 1,000-liter heated tanks through insulated pipes to a spinning sauce depositor. As each crust passes underneath, the nozzle releases a controlled burst of sauce that spreads in a perfect spiral. The pattern is so uniform that no human hand could match it. Sauce temperature is maintained between 55 and 60 degrees Celsius to ensure ideal flow. Viscosity sensors confirm that the mixture isn't too thick or too runny. Even pH levels are monitored to guarantee food safety and flavor consistency. Every drop is calculated. Every swirl is intentional. From above, a waterfall of shredded mozzarella begins to fall. A massive cheese shredder slices solid blocks into thousands of thin strands, which cascade onto pizzas like controlled snowfall. Cheese temperature is kept between 2 and 4 degrees Celsius, so it won't melt prematurely under the production lights. Weight sensors beneath the conveyor confirm the exact amount of cheese per pizza, accurate within 2 grams. If even a small patch lacks coverage, AI cameras detect the deficiency and trigger an automatic correction. To most people, cheese is just cheese, but here, it's a precisely engineered topping. When a pizza requires pepperoni, a high-speed slicer springs into action, cutting 120 slices every second. 6 robotic arms, each equipped with gentle suction cups, pick up the slices and place them onto the pizza based on a geometric algorithm called the coverage map. This ensures even distribution and prevents slices from overlapping, which could cause uneven cooking. Mushrooms, onions, sausage, and peppers are added through automated topping feeders that shake or weigh ingredients with pinpoint accuracy. Every topping is scanned by smart cameras, ensuring perfect placement before the pizzas move to the final bake. Fully topped pizzas enter the largest oven in the facility, a 40-meter monster divided into 3 thermal zones. In the first zone, temperatures reach nearly 350 degrees Celsius, causing cheese to bubble and pepperoni edges to curl. In Zone 2, the crust browns and firms up. In zone 3, remaining moisture evaporates to create the ideal crispy chewy balance.
Oven
Thermal
airflow
imaging
sensors
cameras
show
scan each
precise
pizza to ensure
distribution of
even
heat,
heating.
ensuring
The
100%
entire bake
evenness
lasts
across
just
the
90
oven
to
for
120
consistent baking.
seconds, faster than most home ovens can preheat. When the pizzas emerge, they are fully cooked, steaming, and incredibly aromatic. Fresh out of the oven, the pizzas travel into a tunnel that feels like the inside of an Arctic storm. Here, temperatures drop to minus 40 degrees Celsius as powerful fans blast sub-zero air over the hot surfaces. This method, called individual quick freezing or IQF, locks moisture inside the crust and toppings, preserving texture and preventing ice crystals from forming. The freezing process takes just 3 to 5 minutes. By the time the pizzas exit the tunnel, their temperature has plunged from piping hot to rock-solid cold. This rapid freeze ensures that the pizza you bake at home tastes as fresh as the moment it left the oven. Frozen pizzas move into the packaging hall, where robotic arms slide each one into a clear plastic wrap. Heat shrink tunnels seal the wrap tightly around the edges. Some pizzas are placed into cardboard trays, others go directly into printed boxes. Before sealing, any nitrogen gas is pumped into the packaging to prevent oxidation and keep toppings fresh. Laser printers mark the batch number, production date, and QR traceability code on every box. Multi-angle AI scanners inspect the wrap, label, and pizza shape. Anything imperfect is instantly removed from the line. Packaged pizzas move along to robotic palletizers that stack them into perfect columns. Each pallet may hold hundreds of pizzas, all aligned and balanced for transport. Forklifts, often automated, carry these pallets into a massive cold warehouse kept at a steady minus 18 degrees Celsius.
Look at this cheese
Inside, rows of
bowl.
frozen pizzas stretch floor to ceiling.
That looks absolutely
Humidity,
perfect.
temperature, and airflow are monitored around the clock by AI systems. Every box is tagged and tracked digitally, ensuring total traceability from farm to freezer. From this frozen warehouse, refrigerated trucks carry pizzas across the country, heading to grocery stores, restaurants, cafeterias, school lunch programs, and homes everywhere. In just 6 minutes, a frozen pizza is created with industrial precision. Mixed, shaped, topped, baked, frozen, wrapped, boxed, and shipped. What looks simple in your kitchen is actually the result of complex engineering, automation, and food science working together at incredible speed. This is how frozen pizza is mass-produced in seconds.